Chris, the tariffs are creating a lot of confusion for investors and manufacturers and business owners. But for your clients at OceanFirst, it's creating some opportunities as well. How?
Sure. So most of our clients are closely held companies, and they know their strengths. We have a company that specializes in specialty metals, aerospace metals. They're the sole domestic supplier for their product. This is a huge opportunity for them. We also have clients who do things like import seafood. So they're going to be watching the markets very carefully to understand which products have which prices and to make sure that they're carrying exactly the right mix of products to be able to do well.
And another thing you're watching out of Washington are the easing of regulatory standards. I know this is something that banks generally like here on Wall Street, but what about over at OceanFirst in New Jersey? How is this affecting your clients?
Yeah, so, over the years, the regulatory burden has increased, and it's impacted a lot of different things in the way we deal with clients. So we're looking forward to more thoughtful regulation and an application of rules that continues to protect the consumer, but allows banks to be innovative and support the clients we need to keep the economy going.
Can you talk about the economies in your particular territories? Are they affected by inflation, or is the tariffs that are affecting them most? What's affecting them most?
So we operate broadly throughout the Northeast. So between Washington, D.C. and Boston, this is a very stable economy. So it doesn't have any particular Achilles heel. Of course, transportation is a big part of our economy. So if tariffs kind of come into that, we'll see fewer imports, maybe a little bit less volume for those carriers. We have a bit of a seasonal economy down the Jersey Shore. And that seasonal economy, we're watching. So far, it looks like it's going to be another strong summer, but you want to make sure that consumers are still comfortable with that spend.
Can you dig a little bit deeper in terms of how what's going on in the economy is affecting regional banks? So here in New York City, I'm watching the investment banks. They're making a whole lot of money trading this volatility. They're seeing it less on IPOs. But what's going on with regard to the regional banks? How are you making money during these times?
So we certainly make our money a little bit differently, right? We make our money every day with everyday work with clients. I think what you can see is there's a couple tailwinds that are positive. We're entering bank earnings season now. You may see, I think, across the market, margin expansion as rates are moderating a little bit. We've got some slope to the yield curve. And I think you're going to see continued benign credit performance. So that kind of concern that we're going to have some kind of credit issue is, at least in the short term, doesn't appear to be playing out.
And then finally, can you talk about those small to mid-sized business owners? Are they coming in for loans? Are they getting them? Talk about what's going on there.
Yeah, they're certainly a little bit nervous watching all the volatility. We have a plastics manufacturer that has an expansion on tap, but the equipment they're buying is from Germany and China. So they've kind of pressed pause. We believe they're still going to go through with it at some point, but they don't want to jump in and pay the tariff now. They want to be in a position to do it more effectively. So I think that may be deferred until the summer.
All right, well, thanks for coming on and talking about it.
Thanks, Greg.